Greetings and salutations, and welcome back, friends. Today is Tuesday, and we're continuing in this idea that we have, which is to do Tarot Card Tuesdays. And I can think of no one better that I would rather do that with than our guest tonight, Stephanie. Let's see if we can bring in Stephanie. There you go. I'm going to try this.
That's good.
Better.
Yeah.
That's much better. How you doing, Stephanie?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. I haven't talked to you in a while.
I know. I've been so busy. I know you've been busy as well. So there's like all kinds of stuff going on,
I'm trying to finish this cabin before the kids and my wife come there in the summertime, because then nothing gets done.
Mm-hmm.
Like nothing on the cabin.
Right.
You're what you're supposed to do, hiking and fishing and camping and cookouts. And so I'm trying to get as much done as possible so that I can actually relax when that part comes and not be looking at unfinished projects like I usually am. So we had an idea. We were talking last time about the possibility of, instead of doing personal readings, we could start with maybe doing a reading about a historical conspiracy land event, right?
Yeah.
And I can think of no better. We did this series called Revisiting Roswell. And honestly, I want to get to the truth of that thing so much that I'm willing to do anything. I would like to find some remote viewers, tarot card readers, psychic, intuitive empaths, precog, postcog, whatever, to try to find some insight into Roswell, what actually crashed in Roswell, New Mexico in 1947. Have you ever done a reading like this?
I've done like worldly readings, so like I tap into like the energy that's going on, like with politics and with just like in general what people are talking about. So, but I've never actually like dived into something that had supposedly happened somewhere. I've never done that, so it's going to be a cool
This will be a fun experiment. And listen, I hope you know what you're doing, because I have no idea how this works. I've never seen somebody do a tarot card reading about an event, or to try to. But I think if tarot cards can be used to gain some insight and perspective into our personal lives, then maybe they could be used just as well to gain some insight or perspective into historical events, right?
Right. Exactly. I think tarot is very it's diverse. It's not just obviously about, diving into someone's life and figuring out what they're going through and basically shedding the light in their tunnel that they're in, but reaching something from the past. I have seen like other tarot readers do it, and it's pretty interesting how they use their psychic abilities and then using the cards combined with that and really say some truth. And you're just kind of like, whoa, like that's crazy how people do that. But I'm excited to do it today, and who knows what else we can do with it,
Yeah.
So.
Okay, then let's get started, Stephanie. I can't wait to hear what you'll be able to tell us.
Yeah. Okay, as you guys know, and you've seen this before, I just like to cleanse space as always, just kind of clear the energies. Is there like a specific question that you have that you want to know? Or
I want to know if what crashed in Roswell in 1947 was aliens from another world or galaxy.
Okay.
Or was it something more earthly?
Immediately, I'm getting the vibe of like these beings are very gray and tall. I get that vibe a little bit. And it wasn't like a coincidence. Like they did it on purpose. I'm getting the vibe of like they did this on purpose because they wanted some sort of like a moment of like recognition. And surprisingly, like these beings that decided to come on, they want to be known. It's not like it's hidden, but the thing is that the government is trying really hard in general, obviously even now, to just not really say anything about it and really act like it's nothing. Like, okay, like it's nothing to see here, folks. It doesn't really matter, to them. And for us, they're just kind of like, okay, well, what's really going on? Why is it so hidden? But we will see what comes out.
somebody was mentioning competing with Paranormal Hood Jiggy on 420. I kind of forgot it was 420, and I didn't even know that he was streaming. So,
Oh yeah, it is 420 today. Happy 420, everybody.
Happy 420, yeah.
Yeah. So, there's 3 cards that just came out right now. There's Justice, there's the Moon, and also the Fountain in reverse. Now, when I immediately, I exactly what I just said right now. So they're trying to really show and bring justice to what has been going on. What had happened in the past, it was more of like, all right, we're here, we're bringing this type of peace, justice, peace, trying to balance things out. That's what it represents, right, as justice in general. But with this card, it just symbolizes with them is that they're bringing some type of truth to the surface. They're trying to expose things. The Moon is all about exposing things, right, and putting things out in the open. But there was something that was stopping them. There was forces even here trying to stop that from happening, but it was impossible because something did happen, but they were trying to cover it up. So as you notice, when the fountain is going this way, it's like, okay, everything's spilling out, everything's free flowing, but something got stopped in reverse. So it's in reversal. Very interesting why that someone was trying to stop the situation here. 9 of Coins. Yeah, they felt very defeated, or just kind of like in the moment of failure, like this wasn't exactly the way that they wanted it to go. And I'm also getting like the government was trying very hard to dispose of the situation, because they knew that if people knew that this was true, then a can of worms would open up, and they weren't ready for any of that.
Somebody in the live chat is asking what deck you're using.
This is a new deck that I have. I hate not having the actual name. I'm so sorry, guys. Like, if I could just like
she'll get back to
the
you,
name,
Brett.
I'll tell you in a little while.
People are always curious, yeah, especially if they see a deck that they like the imagery from.
Oh yeah,
that's
the main thing.
Yeah, if I see a deck that I really like the imagery from, I might want to get that myself.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, look at this. So we have the Page of Cups. Normally this represents a new beginning of some sort, right? Something that's starting to come to the surface and expose itself. As you can see in this depiction here, how there's something trying to be hidden. There's a box here. I'll zoom up a little bit closer. So there's a box, and see how someone's trying to like tap into that box. So it's almost like the vibes of they're trying to close things underneath. They're trying to figure out how to contain this information, because it was just so overwhelming, even just for the people in power to just see what's going on. They're just like, whoa, this is not what we planned. Yeah, they feel like these beings feel like they failed by not pushing out the truth of it all. See how this individual is kind of like saddened of what the cups that have been lost, but in reality, it's feeling like there was just too much chatter everywhere. Like people were talking about this, but it was just so overwhelming that nobody really knew like truly what was the truth and why it happened the way that it did. Because all of this was planned. It was a very strategic plan. Oh, there you go, Fountain. Yep,
so the Fountain card is rare. Interesting. Yeah, I think Prag Magic reads tarot cards as well.
Okay, cool. Yeah, 2 of Swords. This decision was made on purpose. Whoever decided to cover this up, they did it on purpose. Obviously, they didn't want really to know the truth of it all, right? So 2 of Wands in reverse, usually it depicts like making a decision about something. Oh yeah, that decision was already made by people involved in this scenario. Also Judgment in reverse. So it looks like this was something that was done quickly. They were scrambling to get this situation out of people's perception. They're trying to trick you into thinking things were, there's a lot of magic behind this. So the High Priestess, that represents intuition and represents like using magical forces to do certain things. So there was definitely dark magic behind the situation as well. So it's almost like they used something around this to fool the audience or fool the public about the situation. So very interesting what I'm picking up here. These beings they're not if anything, they're trying to help humanity, and they're still here. So that incident that happened, it wasn't like, oh, this is their first time. It was more like it just happened the way that it did. It was kind of like purposely done. But again, like I said, people from the higher ups and not like that. Oh yeah. So the government knows that, or the higher ups know that, with the Eight of Swords in reverse, that the truth is out there. And there's nothing that they can do, because usually when it's like this, it's like feeling stuck and not seeing things clearly, but things were saw, the veil was uplifted, so something was pushed away so that people can see things clearly. So they were scared that they didn't have control over this and things were already exposed. So but yeah,
that's very interesting. So your reading would support, I suppose, that it was the aliens and that there was a cover-up.
Yeah, they like I said, they were trying very hard to get rid of this, because it wasn't something, again, that they even saw coming. It was almost like they got blindsided, and there was nothing that anyone can do about it. They wanted to do this on purpose so that they are known, that people know that this exists. But again, just like all UFOs and these stories, a lot of the times a lot of them are true, and a lot of them are cover-ups of something else, and then nobody really knows the truth of aliens or seeing them and stuff like that. A lot of it's talk. So they were defenseless over this. So these beings felt in a sense of like, okay, I feel a little bit like I can't really expose everything. Like they felt defenseless. They couldn't really defend what they were trying to do. And the higher ups were like, I don't care. We need to get rid of this, because the Five of Wands is in reverse, which always symbolizes, when it's like this, that there's a lot of conflict, a lot of chaos behind the situation. But it seems like they felt defenseless. Like there was no argument about this. Nothing that, like I said, nothing that people can do. And the Devil is also reversed. So this also tells me that this situation was meant, like I said, meant to happen, divinely guided. The universe wanted this to happen. This was not like a situation where they, I guess, was made up or anything like that. This had to happen for a specific reason. So yeah, that's what the cards are telling me. Very interesting, though. What do you think so far?
I think that's interesting, but that's the outcome that I want to believe. So I'm kind of like, well, it kind of confirms things that I already believe. So I guess I'm cautious and optimistic about what it means.
Yeah,
but it's another perspective and interesting. We got to find a remote viewer next.
I think that would be pretty cool if you were to get like a really good remote viewer, and then, because you obviously have a tarot reader, which is me, right? And then you'll have that remote viewer, and then if everything aligns, and that's trippy, because it's not like I know that person.
Yeah, it's two separate persons, and I would not want the remote viewer to hear what you had to say.
Oh yeah, you can even exactly.
Here's the target.
That'd be cool.
The date of the crash, and here's the time. Go tell me what you see. That's kind of how I'm going to run that. If we can find a qualified one.
Yeah,
there's a lot of people that told me they're remote viewers, but I have seen very little of their work. So I guess there's a lot of people in the live chat, and I just want to mention that it's Willow Unity on YouTube, right?
Yes. And I also
I'm going to make a banner here while I'm just going to say subscribe to Stephanie's channel. See what a professional show host I am. I should have did this before. Right?
Okay. I also put a link tree in the chat. So I put a link. So if people want to know like where my Instagram is at and all that other information, even my YouTube channel too, you just click on that link that I just sent you, Stephen, and then put it in the chat, and then they will just click on that and they'll find all the information there. So,
you put it in the private chat. Okay, let me put it. Yes. I will put that into the live chat. I have to go over to YouTube to do that. I don't know why it won't let me do it through my software here, but it is what it is. We'll put that in the live chat. So I just want to mention, Stephanie is here like a volunteer giving these readings. You can get a private reading, and this works much better. She gives much more in-depth personal readings than she would typically be doing here, trying to right?
Yes, exactly that. I go pretty in depth. Some people decide to go 30 minutes. Some people, they'll do it for, an hour. But I really do dive deep into it. And if you decide to go with the hour, I end up creating your birth chart, and we kind of, link both together so that I can figure out really what's going on and how we can really help you navigate through whatever you're going through. So, yeah.
Interesting. And I mentioned on a previous on your last appearance that I got a reading. It continues to be, I would
Unfolding.
say, prophetically accurate. I wrote down. Well, actually, no. You sent me an
The
audio
link.
file.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but I
did.
listened to it again a few days ago and went, I got chills. I was like, wow, this is kind of happening. This is kind of happening because I was impressed at the time, but I suppose more impressed as time goes on with, with a lot of the things that you talked about.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like I said before, in the last show, and I saw a comment. Okay, I just want to address this real quick. Someone said that I was like a witch, and I thought that was hilarious. I thought that was so
Oh, and
humorous.
you know what? You want to
Like,
hear something else funny, Stephanie?
go.
Listen, for all you horn dogs out there, Stephanie, you're married, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so don't send me an email asking me, hey, who's this Stephanie girl? Like she's married, bro. And who goes on live streams looking for dates, man? That's like,
That is so
they
crazy.
have apps for that, you horn dogs. Don't
Exactly.
send me. I'm not kidding you. I got like 5 messages of dudes going, is she single? Do you
That
know
is
how I could reach her?
strange.
Yeah,
Oh, that is so
yeah.
strange. Oh man, people are crazy nowadays. I don't know. I guess that's how people do it. I don't know. I have friends that date online. I'm just like, that's
And
cool.
Reemsy said it's a roll deck.
What?
Oh, Reemsy was talking about what kind of deck that is. It's
Which one?
Jason Grohl deck or something. Wait, I gotta find the comment again. The deck that you were using. Remember, people were asking what deck you were
This
using.
one?
Yeah.
Someone actually posted that in the chat already. It said
Yeah.
it's I'm so bad with the names, guys. Like, I'm sorry. I have so many decks that I'll forget the name. So
Yeah.
but
Oh, here it is. He says
yeah,
it's a
there you go.
Jason Grohl deck, I think.
Yeah,
And
I think so too.
Reemsy is a collector of tarot and tarot sort of person, so that's probably accurate.
Yeah.
So there you go for people who wanted to know what kind of a deck. Now, if anybody has questions for Stephanie, but try to keep it brief. Because,
Yeah.
you got to ask a very simple, brief question, put it in all caps, and we'll see if we can't get her to, machine gun a bunch of this stuff. Well, I'd like to know, actually, for my friend Pragmagic, I'll ask a question for him because maybe he won't. Pragmagic is in the middle of a move or just made a big move from one city to another. I want to see how that's going to work out for him.
So just to reiterate, it's basically you want to know how the move will go for him and what's pretty much the outcome of that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, moving is stressful enough, but moving to another state or something.
Oh man, that's hard.
Yeah, when I moved, it was only a half hour, and thank God, because it was 3 truckloads of toys.
Whoa.
Well, moving van. I told my wife to get the real big one. They didn't have any. They only had the regular cargo van, so it took like 3 trips just for the kids' toys and stuff.
Wow.
Oh, see that? Maybe I'm a little intuitive. Pragmagic says, "Whoa, nice, Steven. I was just going to ask that.
Oh,
the same thing. There you go. There's a first synchronicity of the night."
Oh, nice. We all have a little bit of, psychic abilities, just more than others. That's how I look at it.
I swear my wife is psychic. She knows everything I do.
Oh, can't get away from that.
Hide anything from her. Nothing.
So, Pragmatic is his name, right?
Pragmatic. Keats.
Pragmagic.
Yeah.
Okay. So, the first card that popped up was a Page of Wands in reverse. So, I'm getting the feeling like he feels like this is not that there's a delay in the situation, but he's stressed out because he feels like things are not moving at the pace that he would like it to. So there's things that are arising in his life that he's having a hard time doing this whole process. Obviously moving is not easy, but he's definitely looking forward to this new move. There's somebody that wants to also help him around the area of where he's moving to. So I see the Nine of Coins. There's going to be some type of an offer where he's going to be moving at, or this could be an offer that's why he's moving in the first place. And then we have the King of Cups in reverse. So definitely very focused on moving. Can't really, I feel like he's in the mode of like, don't bother me. I need to get this done. And that's it. You know what I mean? So that's the mode that he's in right now, because I feel like there's
he really is. I think he really is. It's like, I can't handle anything for a while until we get settled, and there's a lot of that stuff. You know, I moved more than 2 years ago, and I've still got boxes in the garage. I don't even know what's in them. I don't even know what's in them.
Don't do them, Steven.
My 4-year-old stole my old Xbox 360 console, and I was digging in the garage for games for him.
Oh my goodness.
Pragmatic says, everything is on hold.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what it is, because things are not moving in the pace that you like it to. However, Spirit is asking you that there's some loose ties you need to tie up. So there's endings happening, right? So we have the Ten of Swords. Usually you'd want this card like this. You would want the Ten of Swords going upwards. The reason why I say this is because this represents change, and it represents an ending of a cycle of the way that you used to think, used to do things, and how people communicate with you. So there's something between relationships, or even just could be a job, could be just people around you, something that needs to be tied up. So there's endings happening. So that's why those are the delays here right now, because you need to tie something up. There's something that you need to put a close to it so that you can move forward. The reason why I say that is because we do have the Page of Coins. So again, there is opportunity here. There's opportunities wherever it is that you're locating at. It's very prominent in your reading, and it's finances too. So we're just gonna pick a few cards to see what he can expect towards the end. So we have the Devil here, which represents that there's some type of negativity around or in the mind too much, kind of too focused on what's going on in here and not allowing yourself to just flow with that energy. So that's another reason why things are being delayed, because again, the Ten of Swords in reverse, there's no ending towards that. So there needs to be some type of ending, and you feel like there's no justice also. I feel like you're also saying like, man, why aren't things balancing out themselves? Like, why do I have to do everything? Everything is just kind of like chaotic. We also have the
Moving is chaotic.
Oh, extremely, right? But the fact that like he's just juggling so much at one time that he's making himself imbalanced, and that's why the Devil card is here, because that represents, you know, like just being in the mind or just too much of that negative energy. However, I see that you see wherever it is that you're moving that you're going to be planting seeds here, because we have the Seven of Pentacles. So you're definitely looking at your options, and you're definitely growing those seeds. So you're planting the seeds and you're watching for everything to grow once this move is done, so you can get going on your either creative endeavors, career, job opportunities, stuff like that. You're definitely leaving the past behind. So that's exactly what you're focusing on too, is it's the Six of Cups in reverse. So I don't see anybody coming from the past trying to mess with you. I feel like you're definitely wanting this new beginning to start, because you're leaving everything behind from where you were living at. And then one more card, and then we'll pull an oracle to end the reading. Yeah. Also, too, you're having a hard time walking away from somebody or something. Eight of Cups explains also why. Two, again, that we have the Ten of Swords in reverse. So, you know, you're not walking away from something or someone. So there's something that you need to do of somebody possibly from the past that you're trying to let go of, and you're having a hard time doing that. So you got to figure it out, you know?
Very nice. I hope that's helpful to you, Pragmagic. And we had a question from PBR Street Gang. This is just a question, not for reading. What is your favorite tarot deck?
That is such a hard one. Okay, I'll say this right now, it's going to be the newest one. The reason why is because I love the artwork. So when I pick up a new deck, I have to pretty much vibe with it and play with it and do what I got to do. But I just like the artistry, the way it feels, how it's thin. I love cards when they're thin because they're easy to, mess with and stuff like that.
That's
So
funny. I like them thicker.
really,
Yeah, I don't know why, but I like them when they're like the thicker the better.
really, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Everyone has their preference, I guess.
You got me. You know what? I have to say too. You got me to practice a little bit again.
Yeah.
I've just been doing self readings and also just trying to memorize meanings because I don't want to be pulling out a cheat sheet if I ever do readings for somebody else again.
Yeah, and that honestly goes within time. So like when you start practicing stuff or start practicing the deck, you're not gonna know everything off the jump. I didn't know everything off the jump, right? And as time went on, that's when I started to understand the meanings, but also too, like I connect with, my higher self and I'm able to open up a different energy field, I guess you can say. And then obviously I meditate before any reading. So I try to meditate and and let go of things that I don't need to attach myself to so I can be an open vessel to the messages that come through. So
that makes sense.
That's a way
we have our next volunteer. All around arbiter is here and says, I'm a Sagittarius and want to relocate to Europe. I guess he wants to know how that's going to go for him.
Okay, so basically you just want to know if or when this is basically going to happen, how it's going to happen. So let's we'll pick a few cards here. Let me just shuffle this a little bit.
While you're doing that, I'm going to tweet out the show.
Yeah. Okay, all around. So basically, the three cards that popped up around this this question or what it is that you're trying to do when you're moving to or how you're going to get there. First of all, there's things that you need to open up to first. So I feel like with the Princess of Cups Prince of Cups, like I feel like when it's reversed, it's like almost as if there's opportunities that are being blocked from you that are not coming in. And the reason why is because you're disconnected. There's a star card in reverse. So I feel like there's some disconnection with you and how you're trying to achieve it. So when it comes to like your manifestation skills or when it comes to funds, which is your masculine energy, you have a hard time connecting both. So it's like you self-doubt a lot. So I see you kind of like, okay, I want to go to Europe, but man, I don't have enough money though. Or I don't have this, or I don't have that. So that disconnection, a lot of it comes from ego. So you have to learn how to connect yourself again with those energies, with your feminine and your masculine, because everybody has those two energies. And then I also see that you have a hard time walking away from where you're at now. Like you want to do this because you're Sagittarius. Sagittarius are very adventurous. They like to do things at a things off the whim or being very spontaneous. I can't even say the word today. Spontaneous with what it is that you're trying to do, but it's like it's just that mind chatter that you have that is the issue. I'll pull a few more cards to see what you need to do to achieve that goal. Ooh, a lot of cards came out. Funny, I feel like and this is going to happen for you for sure. I feel like this you're going to start really planning out more in the next, I want to say 3 to 5 months. So around summertime, I think you're going to get that itch to really do that research on how you can do that process. So I see the Ace of Cups. So I see that you're regaining that power back of the love that you need for yourself so that you can move forward in that direction. I also see the King of Coins here as well. This is a very good card to have. It says abundance. So I think that from the past, from what I'm seeing, this was your energy. And moving forward, things are definitely going to do a 360, and you're going to have that abundance that you're seeking, if that makes sense to you. I feel like you're definitely working on your finances heavily so that you can reap that abundance. In the past, things were feeling very stuck, King of Wands. So I feel like you didn't feel like you can go forward through this plan. Again, exactly what I just said earlier. Being in the mind too much, not seeing the bigger picture sometimes, and feeling you don't have enough. But I feel like things are going to start changing. If they haven't already, they're going to start changing around the time that I told you. There is going to be an ending and the way that you used to view money, or the way that you used to handle money or opportunities. So I do see that there's an ending coming up for you so that you're able to afford what it is that you're trying to do, so you can move in that direction. So I hope
money does move mountains. Everything takes money.
Yes, it does.
Yes. But I would add, all around arbiter, if you've always wanted to do that, do it.
Hell
do
yeah.
it. Find a way and do it. Because the only, I don't know, for me, the only thing I'm going to regret if I croak is the things that I wasn't able to do. I've got a big bucket list.
Yeah, you got to check them off.
And we have her name, Miss Jonaside, who's a Pisces, asking, where do I go with my business?
Pisces. That's a vague question.
That is pretty vague, yes.
All right.
What is that you're spraying?
Oh, okay. So I do this a lot.
Like spirit juice?
Okay, so this is sage water. So
okay.
It's just essential oil. So a lot of people don't like, the burning of the stick or sage in general. It's too strong. So there's other ways that you can cleanse your space. And I like to do this from time to time when I'm doing the readings to clear out that energy. And it smells so good that it literally changes the energy around. It's crazy. But yeah, I like doing it from time to time. So that's what it is. Okay, so about your business, you want to know where it's going to go. Well, I'm going to say off the bat, it's up to how you want to do it. How these are the questions I'm going to say first before I do the reading for you. Ask yourself, well, do you have a strategic plan? Do you have the right tools to use to get you there? Do you have the right finances? If you don't need it, is there other ways that you can still produce whatever it is that you're trying to do? But we'll find out what you really need. The cards. Horrified. Yeah. Again, not connecting. A lot of people are having a hard time not connecting with source, or not connecting with the universe, and not really listening to your intuition. So I feel like you definitely have a hard time connecting with your intuition and finding out how you're going to do what it is that you're trying to do. There is going to be an ending very soon for you as well. So the death card is here for you. I see that there's things and ways in the way that you're thinking also too. I'm getting that you're starting to look at things a lot differently. You're trying really hard. You're trying to also balance your finances, because right now they're a little it's a lot going on with you with the 6 of Cups in reverse. So I see that there's a need to figure out your finances before you move forward into your business. It seems like you've made a decision about something in particular. So excuse me, I see that you're trying to figure out the things that are going on in your life by making the right decisions. So I'm also looking at it too, like you're making strategic plans on how you're trying to move in regards to what you're trying to manifest. Let's pull 3 more cards. I want to pull one from here and one from Oracle, because I kind of want to see what is in store for that. 4 of Cups. Yeah, I see that you dodged an opportunity. There's an opportunity that was supposed to be presented to you in regards to money. 4 of Cups in reverse. Usually this represents a loss and not seeing the opportunity, but I see that you saw it, but almost as like you dodged it. I don't think that you understood what it was. I think this could have moved you forward, but I think you chose otherwise. Oh, there was a lot of conflict. So I see that there's a lot of either inner conflict or outer conflict around you. I feel like there's a lot of stuff going on in your life that you're trying to handle at one time. And I think that once this energy is completely away and you experience that death and rebirth moment, I think that that's when you're going to be able to move forward into your business. But right now, there's a lot going on that you need to handle first before you're able to start that business or to see where it's going to go. Look at this. You have a hard time showing who you really are. So it says, show the world the real you. So I see that you need to put yourself out there, stop being so much in the mind, and just do more action. A personal issue reaches resolution. So yeah, I definitely see that you're starting to understand how things are going in your life. You're seeing what needs to go and what needs to close down, and so that you can move through the energy so that you can finally show the real you in your business. So I hope that helped you.
Okay, let me find the next one. Sorry, I lost track here. Oh, Eileen Ebony. Oh, this is, you're gonna make me sad, Eileen. Is this like a lost lover?
I mean,
will
okay.
we ever be together? Do you want her to clarify that? Then we'll come back to her.
Yeah, let's do that, because I'm assuming that she wants to know if the relationship's gonna work out in the end. That's what I'm getting from her. But
yeah, Eileen, be a little more specific. Will the relationship work out? Will you get back with that person that you're thinking of? That might be helpful. We'll go to the next one in the meantime. Somebody says, praise the cards, praise the cards. I always say praise the cash here. So
right. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Okay. This is a good one. Moody Mongol. If Stephanie can do a tarot reading on why I have insomnia at the moment, that would be helpful to me. By the way, I'm a Cancer, July, or I am a shell man. Yeah, so maybe you could give him some insight into why he's having insomnia.
I can already tell you off the bat why. Cancers tend to be a lot in the mind with emotion. There's a lot going on. You worry a lot. So if you're worried about finances, or if you're worried about your living situation, if you're worried about your relationships, a lot of the times, a lot of individuals will have that moment of can't sleep at night because there's so much going on. But I can already tell you that Cancers are natural warriors, because they're very nurturing, and like they don't really want to expose the truth of anything. But we'll see what the cards have to say. Hi, Crystal. That's one of my followers.
Crystal Beauty is.
There should be a few people that I think wanted to see what was going on over here.
Yeah, I hope they come back.
Yeah. Hermit mode. Cancer, all about that hermit mode. It's also asking you that you need to have some form of meditation in your life before you go to bed. This will help alleviate, the stresses and the worries that go on towards the nighttime when you're kind of, you're trying to decompress and go to sleep. But I think that there's so much in the mind that you need to figure out a plan for yourself on how you can get rid of that energy so that you can have a peaceful sleep. Also, too, make sure your diet is 100%. Make sure that you're exercising. There's a lot of factors health-wise that go into insomnia. So anyways, so Knight of Cups. So it seems like you're worried about somebody that came to you with some type of proposal or some type of interest in you, and you're worried about how things are going to pan out with that individual or that situation. You feel like things are not moving forward because we have the Chariot in reverse. So these are the main cards here, or the main energy that I'm getting, is that you're worried about some particular opportunity or situation with someone, and you're not seeing growth, you're not seeing movement. So it kind of worries you, and it causes you to go like in hermit mode or go in isolation mode, where you don't want to talk to anybody, you don't want to deal with it, because you're trying to wrap your head around what's going on in your life. Let's go ahead and pull a few cards from here, and then pull one from my moon card, or my moon deck.
I don't know what's going on at Reemsey's house, but Reemsey says, I have to go to bed. I have to go feed Toby, I think that's one of his cats now, and take my milk bath, but I will come back unless I am assaulted by Freddy Krueger in the bathtub.
Wow. Very interesting.
What's going on at his house?
Oh my God, we have the of Swords in reverse. This is a very positive card to have. I feel like when you start to understand the reasons why that you're having insomnia, because I've already pretty much said to you what's been going on. I feel like once you understand this and that you literally have no control because you have the issues of controlling the situation. If you allow yourself to let go, I feel like with this energy here, you're not going to feel as defeated no longer. And you're going to feel happiness within yourself because you have the 9 of Cups. This is wish fulfillment. This is happiness. This is really being stable in your emotions and looking for better outcomes. So I feel like when you release yourself from that negativity of thinking, I think things will start being clear. But I'm going to pull one more card here. Set an result for him. This is such a good card. So this is going to help you sleep at night. Luck is on your side.
Good for you, bro.
Don't worry, man. I feel like, look at this energy. Wish fulfillment, happiness, in love, and having luck on your side. It's literally the universe is telling you, don't worry, you have luck on your side. I hope that helped you.
Nice. And we hear back from Eileen Ebony with a little more clarification. Eileen is wondering if I will meet and be with an online friend.
Interesting. Okay. So let's see. Don't mind me. I'm just going to spray really quick. I do this a lot on my other channel.
Does that keep away evil spirits? Because I want to get some and just spray it on people. Like, get away from me. It's my sage. Right?
I mean, you could totally do that too. Whatever your heart desires. Because you're putting think about this, it's water, right? So water has memory. So you're putting your intention into the water, right? So if you want peace and all that stuff, why not spray it? Right? So
I got to get that and spray it in the middle of an argument with my wife then.
Be like,
and I'm going to say, this is peace spray, woman. Get away.
Oh my God. She'd be like, what is this?
She's going to beat me up.
So I see that. I feel like there is going to be an issue with meeting this individual. I feel like you're seeking balance within this relationship because we have the Justice here, and then we also have the Fountain in reverse. So something is being blocked. The energy is not flowing with this situation because you're having these self-doubt moments where, like, is this individual going to be really who they say they are? Am I really going to be with them? And I feel like there's some truth that's going to be exposed to you because we have the 9 of Swords in reverse, where you're going to start seeing things clearly to see if this is even who it is that you're talking to. And I feel like this individual is a little bit immature because we have the Knight of Coins. So in that regard, like, this individual is not stable for you. I'm going to tell you that off the bat. I'm sorry, I'm the truth of bad news sometimes, but I have to tell you because this is what the cards are saying to me. So there's some question you have with this individual that you're not too sure of. Like, you're like, is this individual stable? Am I able to actually have a life with him? These are the questions that kind of arise to you because you don't really know who he is. So, yeah, I feel like you're definitely wishing upon a star. You're definitely trying to connect with your higher self. You're trying to communicate to see, man, I really want this to be what it seems like it's going to be. I want to see if it's going to work out. But I feel like there may be a blessing in disguise, a Chariot. Oh, goodness. See, yeah, things are not moving in the direction that you want to. Things are stuck. Things are not moving in the direction that you would like it to. The Fountain in reverse and the Chariot is already telling me that things are stagnant. And you don't like that. I think you want things to move forward. There's some hesitation on his end I'm picking up. He's a little he's like kind of shy and kind of scared to really make that happen. Yeah, see, there's something that you're holding on to as well. So I have the 4 of Coins. I see you definitely holding on to this individual for some crazy reason. I think you just see something in him, regardless of maybe some red flags that have popped up. You just want to see how things are going to work. But let's see what the messages are here. With this deck, I'm only going to pull 2 cards to end the reading. Yeah, see, a time to give rather than take. So I feel like you have been giving yourself way too much to this person. a lot of your time and energy, and this individual hasn't been reciprocating, and that's what kind of gets you like, oh my gosh, how is this going to work? Is it going to really last? See, look, must be a lot of arguments or a lot of hardships with him because you're trying to figure things out between you two, bring love into the situation. Yeah, I see that you're kind of in the mind a lot. A little more that popped out. Confidence is your key to success. Know that you're good enough. If this individual doesn't work out for you, know that you're good enough regardless, because you haven't met this guy. So, we'll see what happens. But that is the end of the reading for you. Hope that helped you. You're on mute, Steven.
Thank you. I'm sorry. I don't want to be coughing through your whole reading here. Celebrating my 420 here. Let's see.
Right?
Let me see if I can find it now. Daniel, this is a good question. And I'd like to know, because I may invest. Daniel from the context is here. And he wants to know, will Dogecoin make him rich?
Oh, that is a very good question. Crypto.
Listen, when it first came out, it was like 0.006 cents a share, and now I don't know what it is, but it's up a lot from that.
It's like around. I'm into cryptos too, so it's tugging between like 31, 35, 36. It's doing that dance, but as far as, and I can tell you without the cards, to be honest with you. So with crypto, especially when it comes to Dogecoin, it's predicted that it's supposed to go up to $1 to $2 to $3, and that's not going to be shown until like later on. And I want to say around like summertime, so like May through like August is when you're going to see that jump. But we'll see for you if you're going to make. I don't know how much you invested, right? I don't know what the dollar amount you've invested in Doge, but let's find out.
I have invested tens of dollars myself. Tens of dollars.
Okay. I also am getting that you're looking at other 2 or 3 coins right now as well, and you're kind of debating to invest into those 2 or 3. 9 of Wands. Oh, sheesh. Okay, so we have the 9 of Wands. I think you're really pushing for this come up. I feel like you're charging on because of the 9 of Wands. So you're really charging on to see what is going to happen with your finances. I see also too the 4 of Cups in reverse. You're gonna miss that opportunity with Doge. I feel like you may pull out sooner than what you want to. And the moon around the moon time. So it's funny because we have a full moon in Scorpio and Pluto goes in retrograde in Capricorn around the 26th, 27th. So that's like a week from now. And I've heard crazy things are going to be happening towards the end of the month of April. So I feel like you may miss the opportunity to gain some coin in regards to Doge. But I feel like you're going to bounce back from that. So the Empress is also here too. So I feel like you're really trying to attract that money towards your direction. You're really trying to manifest the situation. 6 of Wands in reverse, but you're not going to get that look that you're asking for because we have the 6 of Wands. I'm also getting that you need to do a little bit more research. So please do a little bit more research. Try to find some people on YouTube that know how the market is working, and try to. I know a good one is JSnip is a good one. There's like a few other ones that I would recommend, but I'm kind of iffy on them. But JSnip is really good on that because he has psychics that actually predict prices and stuff like that. So I found that interesting too. But I feel like with you just need to do more research and don't jump the gun too soon, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think that's good. I think we got everybody in the live chat. So if anybody else would like a reading from Stephanie, please do put your birth sign and your question in all caps. Someone asked earlier how long you've been reading cards, Stephanie.
Yeah, so I've been reading cards since 2016. So that's roughly like 5 years or so that I've been reading cards. But like, I guess being an intuitive or whatever you want to call it these days, because there's so many names to call psychics, you can just I could just give you a reading off the bat by meeting you, by talking to you. Sometimes I may not even need the cards. So in reality, like, I do this since I was a kid. I've done this since I was a kid. Cards are just a tool for you guys to see. So
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people who are card readers and intuitives that use cards say that they just use it as a focal point.
mm-hmm.
Right?
That's all it is, because people want to see something, you know. They're not going to believe anybody that's just going to talk out their butt and just, you know what I mean. They want something they want something tangible, and that's why I decided to do tarot as one of my shows on YouTube. So yeah.
So
I think sounds
yeah,
great.
and people, be sure that you subscribe to Stephanie's channel. It's Willow Unity on YouTube, and we put the link in the live chat. Let me do that one more time though before we go, so that if you want to contact Stephanie and get your private reading, let me know. I'll put that in the live chat. I think we have another question, but this is
Okay.
kind of confusing. Question, Lion, how I doing in crypto? What?
Are you asking how you will do in crypto?
Yeah, please clarify your question. Are you asking how you will do in crypto?
Yeah, just be more specific. Be more specific when you ask the questions. I mean, I can kind of guess, but I don't want to guess. I want you to clarify for me so that I can give you an accurate reading. You know what I mean? Because I'm this isn't the only time I'm gonna be on here. So if you guys miss this show, we're gonna be on again. So don't worry about that either.
Yeah, and yeah, I don't know if we'll get a clarification, but I guess we could wrap things up here.
Yeah.
Call it an early one. Please do subscribe to Stephanie's channel where she does. Are you doing live streamed readings, or you're doing? Oh no, I watched some of you're doing like for April, or on your channel, right?
Yeah. So actually, things are on a different schedule now. So on Mondays, so if you guys want to check out my live stream on Mondays, I have Tarot Mondays where you guys come in and ask me questions, and we can be there for hours. I just did one yesterday, and I was there for like 3 hours, and one of your subscribers were on there. So what was his name? I think it's Rogue something.
Oh sure, yeah.
Yeah. He was on my thing, and he was kind of like taken aback because he's like, well, this is new for me, and then I did him a reading.
Yeah, and it's interesting because a lot of people are like, you're so skeptical. Why are you having tarot card readers all of a sudden? I said, because I finally met one that I kind of was
that you vibe with, you know?
Yeah,
for
too
sure.
many of them that I just went, no. No.
Oh man.
Yeah. So, I want to thank you for taking the time to do this. I want to encourage everybody to go over and go on. And do you have your website? Is it Willow Unity?
Right now, the website is under construction. I'm hoping to get that out by possibly next month, but that's why I have the link tree. So when you click on that link, it'll
let me do that right now. Let me do that right now again before I forget. I'm sorry. I want to make sure that people can contact you so that you can definitely get some readings.
Yeah, for sure.
Like a more in-depth reading. These quick ones are quick so that we can sort of give everybody a taste, but I'm putting it's in the live chat right now. There's the link tree for how to contact Stephanie to get your own personalized and much more in-depth reading. I think that'll do it.
That's good. Yes.
So I'm gonna throw you out, and then I have some show business stuff to talk about for a few minutes, but I want to thank you for taking the time to do this once again, and I hope that we get to do it again. I've got a few other tarot card readers that we may give a shot to if we continue to do these tarot card Tuesdays.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks very much, everybody. Please subscribe to her channel. Contact her for a private reading. Thanks, Stephanie. Good night.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, friends. So there we go. We've got another Tarot Card Tuesday under our belt. I just had a few things that I wanted to address. First of all, a few people sent me messages about another show host and how dare they make fun of my physical condition or my medical disability. And like, I was in that live show host live chat when he did that. And of course, we're talking about C.W. Channer. And I went in his live chat and bust his balls about wearing a Charlie Brown T-shirt, because to me it looked like I don't know, just reminded me of Charlie Brown for some reason. He had this striped shirt on, and I thought it was funny. And listen, we bust each other's balls. It's okay. So he didn't know that the reason I always wear sunglasses is because I have a condition called third nerve palsy. I've talked about it here several times before, especially when stupid people in the in the YouTube comments say stupid things like, "Why are you wearing sunglasses all the time? That's shady," and all these ridiculous comments because they don't know that I have a paralyzed eye, and that's why I wear the sunglasses. So people are sending me messages like, "What an a-hole!" No, he didn't know. It's okay. We're friends. I forgive him, and hopefully he forgives me for busting his balls about his Charlie Brown T-shirt. Now, one of the other things, somebody sent me messages. He also said something about he watches my show to see what I ripped off from his earlier show. And, this is the second time that another show host has claimed that I'm copying from them or ripped them off or, whatever. Once in a while, I have the time to jump into another show's live chat, see what they're up to, what they're talking about. C.W. Channer happens to broadcast in the afternoon or something like that, and I broadcast at night. So what I will say is, if everybody's in conspiracy land is talking about something, and you talked about it at 2 p.m. and I didn't watch your stream, it's just everybody's talking about this. So at 9 p.m. when I do my show, maybe I'm talking about the same subject. Doesn't mean I'm copying. And there's room for everyone in the conversation. So, and then there was another show host that said something like, I was ripping off their show, because they talk about UFOs and we talk about UFOs here. And it's ridiculous. In fact, I'd never even seen that host show until he started playing my clips on his show. He started playing portions of my show, which I'm totally okay with, but I just wanted to know, like, who's this guy and why is he sharing my show clips? So I watched his show. So I don't know. One may argue that if you're taking clips directly from my show, I'm not ripping you off. You may be ripping me off, but I don't want any beef with another show host. I'm okay with that guy using my clips. After all, I'm a big supporter of fair use. And certainly I cannot argue that somebody else can't use clips from my show when I'm using clips from lots of people's material and citing fair use. But I just want to address this because, people are sending me messages like, F that guy, he said you're ripping him off. And yeah, I hear some of these comments, but I think there's really no basis for them. And look, I think it's a pretty original show concept here that we do. We have the multi-show format, and yeah, we talk about UFOs. So do 100 other podcasts and shows. It doesn't mean I'm ripping off that other 100 podcasts and shows. It's just, and so I don't need anybody to send me messages when people say these things. I don't even think that I care if somebody says that. Oh, and V is here, and she was in the live chat, and she said about the C.W. Channer thing. I'm sure I laughed my butt off. That was fun. Yeah, it was, because and then it turned into this big joke thing. Like, I started saying in the live chat, like, dude, C.W. Channer, maybe there's some cancer patients in the live chat that you can make fun of next, and like. Oh my God, Prag Magic said, I've sent C.W. Channer a pamphlet on Twitter today. Yeah, that's funny. Oh, that's funny. Prag Magic says, there's enough UFOs for everyone. Yeah, so any questions or comments for me, put in the live chat, put them in all caps. I've got some time. So, I'm going to give that service, that interaction, whatever, to the live chat, answer any questions that you have. I just wanted to mention this stuff. Like, people are, in my DMs or email, like, F that guy. How dare he insult you, Steve, and this and that, or how dare this guy say you're ripping him off. And I'm like, it is what it is. And I think that we have a pretty original show concept here. I don't see anybody else dressing up like Dr. Stephen Greer or David Wilcock or Kerry Cassidy with costumes and masks and like doing that kind of spoofing. And, you know, I don't see anybody else making a puppet show about cosmic disclosure with the voices of Corey Good and David Wilcock. I think we have a pretty original, pretty artistic and original show concept here. And, you know, anybody that says I'm ripping them off, you know, okay, and, you know, it is what it is. Show me your original show. I don't know, an awful lot of shows that I see, I don't even consider shows. Like some of them, you know, I don't know. I don't want to be negative. Everybody's got their own way to do it, right? I've got my concept that and things that I want to do, and I try to follow that roadmap that I'm setting for myself. You know, and there's always like, you know, detours in the road. This didn't work. This isn't going to work. Let's not do that again. And Pragmagic says there's enough UFOs for everyone. Absolutely. Oh, V, that's very nice. Thank you. You're going to make me blush. V says, this show is super creative and original. I look forward to it. Billy Mean says, Stephen Greed is the only thing I hear now. Yeah, that's great. Jonocide is here and high AF. Well, it is 420, Jonocide, so we will forgive you. We will definitely forgive you. Yeah, I do. Look, I not at CW Chandler, but at this other show, and I can say it's goof on. Then this guy Rich Giordano, you know, like I'm fine with the guy, but then he said something like, "Oh, who does this guy remind me of? Who does this? Why is this show so familiar? Oh, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery or something." Dude, I never even saw your show. Don't talk that kind of smack. That was the first show that I saw, and you were saying shit like that. And again, the only reason I tuned into that guy's show is because people were sending me messages like, do you know this guy's playing a bunch of your parts of your show? And I'm like, but that's a good thing. And this is why it's weird. It was like passive aggressive. Because first he said a bunch of nice stuff, you know, like good for him. You know, if he wants to wear masks and make fun of some of these clowns, that's a good thing. Good for him for having the courage to do that. And then, but I'm imitating him somehow. You know, I don't know that he's done similar masks or so. I don't know. So I don't know what basis he's basing this me imitating him. I don't even know the guy. But to be clear, in my show notes about this show and concept of this show, before I even did one live broadcast, I have in there a list of influences, and there are things like the Art Bell Show. There are things like Unsolved Mysteries, right? And Out There, and those sort of mysterious, you know, mystery shows. That's what I wanted to do here. We get a little heavy in the UFOs because I don't know. It's just stuff that I talk about. You know, UFOs is something that I always keep up with, so it's easy for me to do a show about whatever's going on in UFO land. Maybe we do a few too many. We're gonna try to vary the subject matter a little bit more. In fact, I'm working on a bunch of different shows, all of which have nothing to do with UFOs. Well, maybe there's a Bermuda Triangle story, and there's definitely some UFOs in that, but it's not the main gist. And V says, more UFO Lucifer. Yes, I think there may be one tomorrow. Yeah, and Pragmagic is saying, I don't even know him, but unsubscribed. Unsubscribed. I'm not asking anybody to unsubscribe. And by the way, that guy's got twice the viewership as me, and I think 5 times the subscribers or something. So, you know, I'm still up and coming, and we're figuring things out. But, you know, no, I'm not imitating anybody's show that I've seen on YouTube. That's for certain. And in defense of what C.W. Chandler said, look, dude, you do your show at 2 o'clock, and maybe I don't even know what your show was on, but if everybody that day is talking about, let's say, for example, David Wilcock's latest video, I may be talking about that too. It's certainly a coincidence. It's not intentional. And once in a while, I do tune in to what he's talking about, but I got to say that unless it's conspiracy land stuff, I tune out. Like, I don't want to listen to him talk about music or no new music or any of this other stuff. And I think that's okay. I just turn it off. I go, get off my lawn, and then I turn it off. So, but for the people that are sending me messages about these other show hosts, I'm good. I'm okay. Like, it takes an awful lot to really piss me off and insult me, right? And that's not it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough to really upset me. Pragmatic says you have a good spread. The humor is super original, and you write and edit and produce every inch of it, which is a barometer of true originality. I agree. I'm doing everything that I can. I'm doing video editing, making music, writing scripts, and doing research for the shows. Yeah, big ups to producers who write their own music, make their own animations, and still have great content. Yeah, I'm really trying here, which is frustrating because we're going on. It was January that we surpassed YouTube's monetization requirements, and we're still waiting for them to turn on the super chats. That's all I want. I just want super chats. I am not going to fill my show with ads you have to skip. I don't think. It's just such pennies, it's not worth it. But the super chats are probably worth it, and it just burns me up because there's guys out there who were talking about the letter of the alphabet for years, taking super chat donations, but I'm not allowed to so far. Just, yeah. I don't know what else to say about that, except, as a concept from the 12 steps and the serenity prayer, right? To just accept the things you can't change. I can't do anything about YouTube. I can try to send them a message, but I feel like that will just antagonize them or anger the AI algorithm gods, and they might just never monetize me because I dared to question why it's supposed to take a month and it's been 4 months, going on 5 now that I'm working for free here. Well, not free. You could donate through PayPal or Patreon, but it's the super chats which really fuel shows like this, which really lead to some sort of income for the show host and producer, both of which in my case happen to be me. But we're where we're at. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. The universe wants me to be hungry, right? And there's this concept in self-help. You got to stay hungry. Les Brown. Look up Les Brown, I was hungry speech. Les Brown, for years, he wanted to be a DJ. Nobody would let him. He didn't have any education in broadcasting. So he got himself a job at a radio station as the gopher. You need a sandwich, I'll go get it. And driver, he would drive people around, pick up the guests from the airport, just all around, do all the crappy jobs around the radio station that nobody wanted to do. But one day he would get his chance, and he was hungry for this chance. And the DJ was on air and got completely, totally obliterated drunk and couldn't finish the show. So the station head called up Les and said, just put on a record, and he went and knocked it out of the park as a DJ, with a great radio voice, and he had his whole script already worked out because he was hungry. He wanted to do that his whole life, and he hit the ground running. So I don't know. Maybe the universe is telling me that I got to stay hungry. And don't get too comfortable with those super chats that everybody else gets, but I don't, right? Just keep, I don't want to say struggling. I'm not really struggling. I'm in a stride. I suppose that the more finances would mean more time that I could spend doing the show. Maybe I really could do 5 or 6 shows a week instead of 2 or 3. Or, I guess upgraded equipment. But everything else, I have whatever I need. And yeah, then maybe the universe wants me to stay hungry or not be so comfortable, collecting all these super chats. So that's where we're at with that. Again, if you do want to support the show financially, there's PayPal donations. It's in the About section. I'm not going to play the banners and all of that stuff. I'm thinking about other things that we could sort of sell to help finance the show, but I hate that idea, especially when I hear somebody else's show and they have the commercial for whatever crap every 5 minutes. I didn't like that when I was on radio. I was on the Fringe FM and there was those cleanse your colon commercials. I hated that. Like, that is not a product that I wanted on my show or to endorse, but I didn't have a choice, right? Yeah, V says pay up, leeches. Absolutely. Yeah, maybe I will do that. Send us some money, you leeches. Make a PayPal donation. Yeah. And then you get upgraded from leech to worm, right? That's how it works. Yeah, so we're going to be, Moody Mongol. Oh, Genocide, thank you very much. Let me check in with the PayPal here. Let's see. And it's just truthseekershow@gmail.com. If you want to send a PayPal, add a note and put your chat room user ID and whatever you'd like to shout out for me. Okay. And thanks very much to Genocide with a kind and generous donation of $4.20. Thank you, Genocide, for your generosity and your support of the show. What I have to say for you, Genocide, is praise the cash, praise the cash, praise the cash. Thank God Almighty, somebody sent me a PayPal donation. Thank you, Genocide. Very generous of you to help me to praise the cash. Praise the cash. Genocide, longtime supporter of the show. I appreciate it. Oh, and I forgot. There was somebody who gave. Jeez, I'm gonna have to write it down. 1 second. Yeah, the initials. And I had his name. He said it right at the end of the last live chat. I'd have to look it up to be sure. But someone with the initials CH gave a kind and generous donation of $28 through our PayPal donate button. So thank you very much. Actually, I'm going to try to find. I hate not having the person's name, but he mentioned in the last live chat that he was doing that right at the end of the chat. So let me see just bear with me, friends, see if we can find that. Okay, Charlie, that's who it is. Charlie UK sent $28 US to Truthseekers. So listen, Charlie UK, I appreciate your generosity. Your support of the show really does matter. It makes a big difference. I've been talking. I'm going to make a Corey and Good character next. And it's going to be beautiful, friends. It's going to have a greasy hair mullet and be the best sculpt yet. And I am going to be Corey and Good. N stands for no, Corey no good. So Corey and Good. And these supplies to do these things are a little bit expensive. So Charlie UK, thank you for your kindness, your generosity, and your support and Genocide. Because that is going right in the pot, and we're almost there. We're almost got enough PayPal fund money for me to create the Corey and Good character. And friends, I am already writing scripts for this. I can't wait to be Corey and Good and tell people that I didn't write the course that you just spent hundreds of dollars for. Somebody else did. or I could talk as him, talking about, my encounters with those hot Anshar, blonde hair, blue eyed females, right? Yeah. So praise the cash, praise the cash, praise the cash. Thank God Almighty, praise the cash. Thank you, Charlie UK and Jonaside, for your kind and generous donations. Also, I'm going to check in with the Patreon because you can join Patreon for $1 a month or more. I'm actually okay. We haven't had any new people sign up in quite a while. I show a few deletions, and I get it. It is a rough economy. Yes. Yes. So no new Patreon signups. If you become a Patreon, we shout you out on the show and thank you for your kindness, your generosity, and your support. Jonaside says you need to film DW and CG split screen. Actually, Jonaside, I spent some time figuring out how to do this, and I got it working. And I'm going to have Carrie Cassidy interview David Wilcox. And it's funny. Yeah, I am definitely going to do that. FGraph 7, I do not know. I don't know. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think that it does. You can always edit your pledge amount, I think. I don't know much about that. I don't know. But I did notice that FGraph 72 edited their pledge to $7.50 because I was complaining that all I really want is to make federal minimum wage, which is $7.50. So FGraph 72 was kind enough to pay for one of the hours a month that I put into the show in the form of $7.50. So for at least 1 hour out of the show month, I made federal minimum wage. Thanks to the kindness, the generosity, and the support of FGraph 72. Praise the cash. Okay, let's check. Let me check Patreon again, and we'll see. Somebody told me that. Oh, look at that. Yeah, so thanks very much for the kindness and generosity and support of Keats Ross and We Are the Hollowed, Pragmagic, who just became a new Patreon supporter at $3 a month. And I got to say, I definitely appreciate that. The buy-in to get the Patreon benefits is only $1 or more. So everything extra is truly, truly appreciated. Even the dollar is appreciated. FGraph 72 says, I'll get you a raise, Mr. Cambian. Yeah. Yeah, and you made me hit 100. That's great. Pragmagic. I gotta tell you, the first of the month. It's like that rap song, right? It's the first of the month. Everybody's getting their check. I love it. I love the first of the month now because I get my Patreon money. And I really am using it to great effect, though. And my wife's making me do all this accounting. Like, I got, okay, it was this much that we took in, and here's what we spent, and pretty much every month it's washing out. But we are reaching a point now where I have everything that I need. I'm gonna keep making crazy characters and puppets, maybe. I'm definitely gonna do Corey and Good next because that is greasy hair, mullet. It's gonna be fun. Pragmatic. I don't do that. Listen, I am broke. I am poor. I would love, there's a few YouTube creators that give a lot of extra content. And I'm talking about in the off-grid kind of community, right? Where they like show you how to build cabins and stuff. I'd really like to support a few of those guys because I've learned a lot from them, but I'm just broke. And now, I think Dick Nolan would be great. Okay. I think you mentioned him before. I'm going to look into him. So we'll see. We'll see how to get that. We'll see how to get that guy. And I have a few other guests in mind. One of them has got a crazy story about ritual blood sacrifices in Mexico and black magic, and it is a crazy story. For our dark side segment, I think that this would be a great guest. Yeah, and we have a lot more shows coming up. UFO Lucifer is coming back real soon. He's got a lot more to say about UFO Jesus. You know? What's my favorite off-grid channel? I think I've been following two of them for the longest, which is Boss of the Swamp. Love that guy. And Sean James from My Self-Reliance. That guy's got amazing channel with like 1 million subscribers because, he's just building a cabin by hand out in the woods in Canada. And I think it's escapism. A lot of people want to get away from the real world and see, what is it like to be, off in the woods alone by yourself, solitude, peace, right? That's what I like about my cabin. Pragmagic. As a fan of Santisima Merte, I'm very interested in that guest. I don't know what to think about this guy, Pragmagic, because the stories that he tells are like, I don't want to say whopper, because I don't know. For all I know, he's telling the honest to God truth about everything that he's talking about. But it's really a crazy story. Like he was like, "Hey, I'll come on your show, and here's a couple of my other interviews where I'm talking about X, Y, or Z." And I'm like, "No." And I listened, and I went, "Whoa, Jesus, God, this story is crazy." So I kind of want him to just come on our show and tell his story, and we'll all get to ask him questions. And yeah, so we're definitely going to do that. Yeah, I think that's going to be a fun one on the dark side. Besides, I made this on the dark side bumpers, Pragmagic, so I got to use them. All around arbiter. Amen, brother. Says, oh, by the way, I'm trying not to curse anymore. So please try to not curse in the live chat too, because that may have something to do with our monetization. Please no cursing in the live chat. But a-holes like Alex Jones get these money bombs, and he gets a lot of money from people. So we should all do what we can and drop a bob for Steven. Yeah. Send me your money. Praise the cash. All around arbiter. Yes, praise the cash. Pragmatic says they get blown out of proportion a lot of time, and Mexican folk religions get lumped into this black magic crap. It's a crazy story, Pragmatic. You gotta, in fact, I'm gonna message that guy and I'm gonna schedule him for next week so that if I schedule somebody and I have the date and time, then that's how shows get done. But sometimes I procrastinate on getting back to a guest or giving them an exact date and time, and it is what it is. Maybe in the future do a mass show with David Dildo Cox. Yeah, I definitely am going to do. But, I'm worried about that AI algorithm and how that's going to be perceived. Am I going to get a strike for hate speech or something if I do that? I don't know. I hate that I even have to think about this stuff. But I would think that it should all be covered under comedic parody, right? That's my thoughts on it, but other people may disagree. Yeah, Moody Mungo. I if you look for past shows, I did it last July, and it's funny as hell. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. And yeah, we haven't used that character in a while. So, and it's a good time to do it. Like, hey, I'm on a break. I'm David Wilcox. Why am I taking a break? Because I was wrong about everything. Oh, poor David Wilcock. David Wilcock has to take a really long break and hope that everybody forgets all the BS that has been falling out of his mouth for the past 4 years about this letter of the alphabet and Donald Trump being the savior and the disclosure president and nothing that guy talked about for 4 years now. None of it happened, or some psychic, David Wilcock. And by the way, I love talking smack on David Wilcock at the end, right? At the end of a show. He's got to watch the whole thing, right? That's great. Yeah, as long as it's a fake name. Yeah, I'm not using his exact name, and I'm going to put bumpers or something that says this is a comedic parody, this is fair use, or whatever. But this climate on this platform, or majorly on, which is YouTube, is getting crazy. Like, you can't say anything. This cancel garbage. They just cancel everybody, right? Yeah, I got Pragmatic. I'll send you. I made a video. I made 2 videos for an off-grid channel so far, but I really wanted to have like 10 before I start a channel, and I'm having a hard time because I'm at the cabin and it's really hard to film and work at the same time and then edit them, and But it's one of my dreams is to do an off-grid channel. But then I also put it off for a long time because I go, I'm no expert. I shouldn't be teaching people anything. But lately I've kind of got a little more confidence about that. Like, if I could build a cabin out in the middle of the woods out of trees and trash, I could teach other people how to do that too. Moody Mongol. 1 second. Let me take a look here. No, I don't see it, Moody Mongol. Moody Mongol sent a kind and generous PayPal donation, I believe. So, what's the link for the donations? Hold on, I will get it for you. 1 second, friends. Let me go to my channel, and it's right in the About section. 1 second. Okay. One second there. Let me get it in there. Please bear with me. I don't know why, but I can't copy that into my live chat for the broadcast. I have to do it in the actual YouTube one, or it doesn't go through. So here I'm going to put donate by PayPal here. That's not a good link. Let's try this one more time. I really should put this in the video description. That's the easiest place for people to find it. I apologize, friends. Okay. Now I got it. So I've put the donate button right in the live chat. You can just hit that button and send me all of your money. I don't know. It's tax time if you're in the States. The Great Fleecing is underway. Donations will pick up in a month. Yeah, maybe. Oh, and FGraph77 says you're good for 2 hours. Oh, did you increase that's funny. Did you increase that's funny. So he edited his pledge, and now I make federal minimum wage twice. Yeah, look at that. I make federal minimum wage for 2 hours at least out of the month for the time that I spend doing the show. Thank you, FGraph. Jeez, man. FGraph72. Praise the cash, praise the cash, praise the cash. I'm making minimum wage. My parents would be so proud of me. Actually, ask anybody that's tried to do a streaming show. It's a miracle if you make minimum wage, right? Especially when you're not 5 years. I know somebody that's like been doing a live stream for 2.5, almost 3 years and has not made a penny. And I'm like, why? Well, he just doesn't do the things that he needs to do, I guess. He didn't set up a Patreon or PayPal. So some people Can't complain. And F Graph, praise the cash, praise the cash, praise the cash. Thank God Almighty, F Graph 77 sent me some money. Praise that cash. Yes. Yes. There's definitely no dignity in being poor. But if I had to choose poor or rich, I would probably choose rich. Yeah, and then that saying like money can't buy happiness. I always say, well, you didn't know where to shop then. Actually, money is just a good thing. It's not evil or good. It really just depends on its use. But money certainly moves mountains and enables you to do things that you wouldn't otherwise be able to do, like build a Corey Good latex mask and greasy mullet thing, right? Like, this is my dream. I gotta build a Corey Good greasy mullet haired latex sculpted character of Corey Good. I have been called by the universe to do this, and so I must manifest the money to make this happen. And you people are all helping me do that. So thank you for your kindness, your generosity, and your support of the show. It really does make a difference, right? It really does. It really does change things. So I think we're going to wrap things up here. Genocide. This is a great one to end on. We're going to end on this note because it is 420. Happy 420 to all those who would so celebrate, right? And Genocide says, money buys weed, and weed makes me happy. Yeah, good for you, Genocide. Yeah. So, friends, I want to thank you for joining us tonight on this, our second Tarot Card Tuesdays. I want to thank our guest earlier, Stephanie, for her kindness in coming here and offering some of her time so that we could do this tarot card show. It really, I'm keeping a much more open mind since I met Stephanie and got to know her a little bit and been the benefactor of a longer reading. So if you want to support her, it's Willow Unity on YouTube. We put the links in the description. I'm going to do it one more time. I have the link tree is going right in the live chat. This will help you contact Stephanie for a private reading or anything else that you want to contact her for. And all her links like Instagram and so on. So please do support her. And thank you so much for your support of my show. I always say this, friends, I'm always happy when there's an audience. And I'm glad that tonight you got to be a part of mine. Until next time, friends. My name is Stephen Cambion. Good night, and God bless all of you.